The very first control on the Studio Live Fat channel is the polarity button. That's the 0 with a cross through it. Sometimes people call that a phase flip or a phase reverse button. That is a little bit of a misnomer. What polarity does is it takes the waveform. If it's going positive, it goes negative. It's sort of like reversing the wires in a microphone cable would actually cause two similar mics to be out of phase with each other. So if you mic the same thing with two mics that are out of phase, you get a kind of a hollow canceling kind of sound. Well, in live sound, there's one application that's probably more common than any other related to this, and that is when you're miking a snare drum. So on a snare drum, you often will mic with a similar mic. The top head of the snare drum is kind of your main mic, and then you go up under the snare drum, and the mic on the bottom is facing up at the other mic, and that effectively puts them 180 degrees out of phase, meaning the polarity is opposite between the two mics. So the most common application of phase reversal is to flip the phase of the bottom mic. So if we select the bottom mic of our pair, we have the top mic and the bottom mic in our song here, and we hit the polarity button, then usually you sort of try that and see if it sounds better. Unless you've flipped the polarity in hardware using a special cable or a box, then it will often sound a lot fuller when you flip the polarity of the bottom mic. So we're going to play back the two snares. I'll try flipping the polarity button on the second one, and we'll see if it sounds better or worse. It's an incredible difference when it actually works. You get a very thin, very hollow sound, and then suddenly the snare comes to life when you flip that on the second channel. That's the primary thing. Now, you could use it anytime you get a phase cancellation. You can get a phase cancellation if two mics are distant from each other, and that can also be somewhat improved by trying flipping the polarity on one of the mics. Now, unless you have this situation, this should probably be turned off for all of the rest of the channels. So it's really a diagnostic. You want this deliberately turned on. Otherwise, what you'll be looking for as you go through your channels is to make sure that that's off. The situation where you use it, usually it's this exact situation where you're looking at the snare bottom, the snare top. So that's a summary of the polarity reverse button and the main application of it. Thanks for watching.